Hi everybody, welcome to another Happy Berry Crochet video tutorial. No chit chat, just straight to the pattern. So if you like what you see, please remember to subscribe so you know when my latest videos are uploaded. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make this vintage style granny square. Okay, so for this granny square you are going to need some DK light worsted weight yarn. That's a yarn weight of 3, but you can use any yarn that you like. But you're going to need 2 colours, and in this video I'm going to be using a white and a green. And with this yarn I'm going to be using a 5mm H crochet hook. And it's also a good idea to have a pair of scissors and a yarn tapestry needle as well. That's one with a big hole at the end. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our white yarn, or the colour that you want to use for the centre, and we're going to chain 4. So the first thing we're going to do is our slip knot. And if you're new to crochet, then I recommend you check out my beginner stitch tutorials and then come back to this tutorial, but I shall go fairly slow. So we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, chain 4, then find your first chain that you did, so 1, 2, 3, 4, find that first chain and put your hook into there, like so, and then bring the yarn through your first chain, then bring it straight through the loop on your hook, and that does a slip stitch, okay, and it creates a little loop of your chains joined at the beginning and the end, and in the middle you should have a center hole. But what we're going to do first, we are going to chain 3 from there. So chain 1, 2, 3, so chain 3, and then we are going to work 1 double crochet. This is in US terminology. We're going to work 1 double crochet into that center loop, so don't confuse it with your chain 1, which can end up quite big. You want to find that middle hole. So we're going to yarn over, find that center of your 4 chain loop, which is there, so in the middle. Go for the middle, bring the yarn through, then just wrapping it around the chains, we're going to do a double crochet. So pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay, then we're going to chain 1. Okay, we're going to chain 1, and the first, when you did chain 3 at the beginning, but the first 2 chains, 1, 2, they're going to count as a double crochet as well, and then that third chain and these 1 chain in between are going to be in between your double crochets. So we're going to repeat that until we end up with 12 double crochets, including your 2 chain, but don't worry, I'll do it with you. So we're going to yarn over, and we're going to go back into that center hole, bring the yarn through, do another double crochet, like so, and then chain 1 for in between, chain 1. So now we've got 1, 2, 3 double crochet. Remember, those first 2 are a double crochet. We want 12 in total. So yarn over, go into the center again, bring the yarn through in the middle, and wrapping it around the chains, we do another double crochet, chain 1 for in between, don't forget that chain 1. So now we've got 4. The next one, 5, bring the yarn through, do another double crochet, 5, then chain 1 for in between. Next double crochet, 6, 6, like so, chain 1 for in between, yarn over, 7 for your 7th double crochet in the center, and just wrapping it around that 4 chain loop, 7, then chain 1 in between, then the next one, 8. You may want to just move your stitches down. So the next one into the middle, 8, 8, then chain 1 in between, 8, next double crochet, 9, then chain 1 in between, move those stitches over, next double crochet, 10, chain 1 in between, move stitches over, next double crochet, 11, chain 1 in between, and the last one, 12, 12 double crochet, and then we still need to, once you've done that double crochet, we still need to do that chain 1 as well. So don't forget that last chain 1, and then find your 3 chains you did at the beginning, and in that second chain up, so 1 and 2, it doesn't matter if you're going to 3 by accident, it doesn't have to be perfect, just put your hook into that second chain of 3, but instead of yarning over with the white, we're going to bring in our next colour. So in this case I'm going to be yarning over with the green because I want to make a green one. So I'm just going to yarn over, place the yarn over my hook there. I'm just going to hold it with my finger there, then bring that through my second chain of 3, and then bring it straight through the white loop on my hook. So we're now working with the green. And I'm just going to pull my tail ends just to make sure that's secure. Okay, and you should, including those chains at the beginning, you should have 12 of these double crochet stitches here. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we are going to chain 1, but we're not going to count that as a stitch. That's just to secure everything into place. Pull our tail ends again. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to do a 3 double crochet cluster. Now to do a 3 double crochet cluster, what we need to do first of all is find the big gap between the first, well, those chains, first 3 chains, and our first double crochet post. So when you find that big gap there, that's where we're going to be working into. So we're going to do a 3 double crochet cluster. So because it's double crochets in US terminology, we're going to yarn over. Then we're going to put our hook into that big gap between our first 3 chains that we did there and this double crochet post, this big gap here. You hook in there, bring the yarn through, we're just wrapping it around that top stitch. Then we're going to yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops only, and then we're going to stop. We're not going to finish that double crochet. Instead, we're going to yarn over again, go back into that big gap again, that 1 chain space, bring the yarn through, it's got 4 loops, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops again, so you end up with 3 loops, but then we stop there as well. Then we yarn over again for the last time, go back into that 1 chain space, chain 1 space, big gap, bring the yarn through, you've got 5 loops, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops again, so you end up with 4 loops, and then we're going to finish our double crochet cluster, and to do that we're going to yarn over, pull through all 4 loops. Okay, and that completes a 3 double crochet cluster. As you can see, we've got 1, 2, 3 double crochets, but we've only got 1 stitch at the top, so it's a cluster. Then what we're going to do is we're going to chain 2, 1 and 2, so we're going to chain 2, then we're going to move over to our next big gap between the next double crochet post, okay, into our next 1 chain space. And we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to do a 3 double crochet cluster, so we yarn over, go into that next 1 chain 1 space, bring the yarn through, yarn over, pull for the first 2, but then we stop, yarn over again, always remember to yarn over, go into the big gap again, bring the yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, but then stop, and the last time yarn over to the big gap again, bring the yarn through, we still yarn over and pull for the first 2, so we end up with 4 loops, and we yarn over, pull through all 4 loops to complete our next 3 double crochet cluster. Okay, but because what we want to do, we want to make this squared off. If I bring this one in here, we're going to do something a little bit different in the corner. So what we're going to do next, we are going to chain 2, 1 and 2. We're always going to chain 2 in between whatever we're doing. But then what we're going to do is a treble crochet. Now treble crochet, we yarn over twice. Okay, so normally with a double crochet we just yarn over once, wrap it around our hook once, but we're going to wrap it around twice. Okay, then what you want to do is find your next double crochet post here, okay, just to the left of your green work, and find the stitch at the top. Okay, so there's our next double crochet post. Find the stitch at the top and put your hook into there. Okay, see that there, bring the yarn through. It's got 4 loops, and then whenever you work a double crochet or bigger, a double crochet stitch or bigger in US terminology, you basically pull through 2 loops until you just get to the end, so you end up with 1 loop on your hook. So we're going to yarn over, pull through 1 and 2, so the first 2 loops. Same again, we yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops. We've still got 2 left, so we yarn over, pull through the last 2. And that's a really easy way of remembering how to do bigger stitches. And there's our treble. And that's going to be on the corner. And then what we're going to do is we're going to chain 2, 1 and 2, because we always chain 2 in between whatever we're doing. Then we're going to do another 3 double crochet cluster in this next gap. So we're going to yarn over, find the next 1 chain 1 space, 1 chain space, big gap there, and do another 3 double crochet cluster. So bring the yarn through, pull through 2, stop, yarn over to the big gap, bring the yarn through, pull through 2, stop, small yarn, and the last time yarn over, always remember to yarn over to the gap, bring the yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2 still, stop, and you should end up with 4 loops, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops, and there's our next 3 double crochet cluster, and then we're going to chain 2, 1 and 2. Okay, so we're going to repeat all those steps another 3 times, okay? So all these steps we've just done here another 3 times. So we end up with 3 double crochet clusters in between each treble, okay? So we find the next gap, yarn over, we're going to do a 3 double crochet cluster in the next chain 1 space, pull through 2, stop, yarn over, into gap, pull through 2, stop, yarn over, into gap, pull through 2, we've got our 4 loops, yarn over, pull through all 4, chain 2, 1 and 2, always remember to chain 2 in between, then find our next gap, chain 1 space, and we do another 3 double crochet cluster, so into the gap, yarn through, pull through 2, stop, yarn over, into gap, pull through 2, stop, yarn over, into gap, pull through 2, stop, 4 loops, yep, yarn over, pull through all 4 to finish. Okay, and now we've got our 1, 2, 3 double crochet clusters in between, so we're going to move on to, don't forget to chain 2, 1 and 2, and we're going to do our treble at the top. So for a treble, we wrap the yarn around our hook twice, find that next double crochet post, it's just to the left of your green, find the stitch at the top, put your hook in there, bring the yarn through, and remember we just pull through 2 till we get to the end. So we yarn over, pull for the first 2 loops, leaves you with 3 loops, yarn over, pull for the next 2 loops, leaves you with 2 loops, so yarn over, pull for the last 2. We've only got 1 loop left, so we're finished. There's our treble. Then we chain 2, 1 and 2, find the next gap, 1 chain space, and do a 3 double crochet cluster. So yarn over, into gap, pull through 2, stop, yarn over, into gap, pull through 2, stop, yarn over, into gap, pull through 2, 4 loops, yep, yarn over, pull through all 4 for our 3 double crochet cluster. So there we go, we've repeated those steps again. So we basically did 2 3 double crochet clusters, then our treble, then a 3 double crochet cluster. So we're going to do the same thing again. So we're going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and we need to have 3 clusters in between our trebles. So we've already got 1 cluster there, so we need to do 2 more clusters. So next gap to the next gap, bring the yarn through, pull through 2, stop, yarn over, into gap, pull through 2, stop, yarn over, into gap, pull through 2, stop, whoops, pull through 2, wait, we've lost it, there we go, 4 loops, yarn over, pull through 4, chain 2 in between, always remember to chain 2. another 3 double crochet cluster, so we get our third one, 1, 2, 3, for our next treble. Yarn over into gap, pull through 2, stop, yarn over into gap, pull through 2, stop, yarn over into gap, pull through 2, stop, 4 loops, yarn over, pull through all 4. Okay, so now we've got 3 clusters in between our treble. So we're going to do our treble now, but don't forget to chain 2, 1 and 2. Always chain 2 between anything we do. So we want to find the stitch at the top of our next double crochet post. We wrap the yarn around our hook twice, 1 and 2. Find that stitch at the top, hook in there, and then we basically pull through 2 until we get to the end. So pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2 to complete a treble. And then we chain 2, 1 and 2, and we do a 3 double crochet cluster in the next gap. So yarn over into gap, pull through 2, stop, yarn over into gap, pull through 2, stop, yarn over into gap, pull through 2, stop, 4 loops, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops, 3 double crochet cluster. Okay, so there's our next set done. We chain 2, 1 and 2. So there's our next set done. We're just going to do that one more time for our last corner here. So we've already got 1 cluster here, so we need to do 2 more 3 double crochet clusters. So don't forget to chain 2, yarn over, find the next gap, put the yarn through, pull through 2, stop, yarn over into gap, bring the yarn through, pull through 2, stop, yarn over into gap, bring the yarn through, pull through 2, stop, 4 loops, yes, pull through all 4, chain 2 in between 1 and 2, find the next gap, just need to do 1 more cluster, yarn over into gap, bring the yarn through, pull through 2, stop, yarn over into gap, pull through 2, stop, yarn over into gap, pull through 2, stop, 4 loops, yarn over, pull through all 4. And then we're going to do our last treble, but remember to do chain 2 in between 1 and 2. Then find that it's your last double crochet post and the stitch at the top. Wrap the yarn around your hook twice, and then put your hook into that stitch at the top of the next double crochet post. Bring the yarn through, and remember you should end up with 4 loops, and just pull through 2 until you get to the end. So yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, remember to yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, and okay, so we're nearly at the beginning, so we've got 1, 2, we need to do a cluster in here in this last gap here, so remember to chain 2, 1 and 2, yarn over, and then find that last gap between your last double crochet and those 3 chains there, we hook into there, bring the yarn through, pull through 2, stop, yarn over into the gap, pull through 2, stop, yarn over into gap, pull through 2, stop, 4 loops, yarn over, pull through all 4. I'm going to pull some tail ends. Okay, and we still want to chain 2 in between 1 and 2. Don't forget that last chain 2 at the end. Then find the stitch at the top of your first 3 double crochet cluster. So find your 3 double crochet cluster, and your stitch will be quite a big wide stitch just to the right of your cluster at the top. You're going to put your hook in there, but instead of yarning over with the green, we're going to drop the green and we'll bring back the whites. So keeping it fairly taut so you've got nice neat stitches. Just bring that through the stitch, through the loop on your hook, And now we are working with the white. I'm just going to pull my tail ends. Okay, so there we go, we've got a really cute little mini granny square. So you could stop there if you wanted to. But now we're going to move on to the third round. Okay, so for the third round, what we're going to do, the first thing we're going to do is chain 1. So we're working with our white now. Just going to chain 1, like so. And what we're going to do is we're going to go back into the same stitch we slip stitched into, and we're going to do a single crochet. So you're going to put your hook back into that same stitch that you just slip stitched into, do a single crochet, like so. Then we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is going to create a little sort of picot, quite a big picot actually. And what we're going to do is we're going to go back into the same stitch again, the same one we've just done the single crochet in. So go back in there again, but this time we're going to do a little slip stitch. So we're going to bring the yarn through, but then we're going to go straight through the loop on our hook. Oh, I lost it. I'll show you again. We go back into that same stitch, bring the yarn through, and then straight through the loop on our hook. There we go, let's do a little slip stitch, and that creates a little picot or 5 chained loop. Then what we're going to do is we're going to chain 2. So chain 1 and 2. So we're going to chain 2. Then what you want to do is you want to skip the next 2 chain space. So this next big gap here, you want to skip that and find the one on the corner, just on the right of your treble. So skip the 2 chain space there, find the next 2 chain space, and in there we are going to work 5 double crochets. So we're going to yarn over, and these are just normal double crochets, they're not clusters or anything. So go into that big gap, do a normal double crochet, so you just finish it as normal. You may want to move your stitch over. We need 5 of these, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and one more, 5. So 5 double crochets, all in that 2 chain space in that big gap. So you're just wrapping it around the stitches. Then what we're going to do is we're going to just do a chain 1, so chain 1, and then we are going to do 1 treble in the top of our previous treble. So we're going to wrap the yarn around our hook twice, find your treble here on the corner, find the stitch at the top of that treble post. So you should go under 2 bits of yarn like so. Okay, should be a little bit of yarn underneath as well, and bring the yarn through, and like I said, you pull through 2 until you get to the end. So yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and that's done a treble at the top. Then what we're going to do is we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to create a little small picot this time, so chain 3. Then you want to find this stitch here, which is the stitch at the top of this treble that you've just created. So it's just to the right of the bottom of your chains. So you want to bring your hook down and put your hook into there, so the stitch at the top of this treble. We're going to do a slip stitch. So trying to keep your little chain loops neat, bring the yarn through, then straight through the loop on your hook to do a slip stitch. Okay, and it just creates like a little nubbin of little picot there at the top. Then we're going to chain 1, don't forget to chain 1, then find the next 2 chain space to the left of your treble, and in there we're going to do 5 double crochets. So put our hook into there and do a double crochet as normal. So normal double crochets are not clusters or anything. We need 5 of these. So 1, 2, I want to move them over like we did before, 3, 4, and one more, all in that same 2 chain space, 5. So you've got 5 double crochets all in that 2 chain space, and you end up with this corner pattern here. Okay, then we are going to chain 2, 1 and 2. Okay, and that completes our first set. And we're going to repeat that 3 times around as well, but I shall do it with you. So remember to chain 2, but then what we need to do is we need to skip the next 2 chain space, so skip that and find the stitch at the top of this middle 3 double crochet clusters. You should have 3 of these clusters, 1, 2, 3. So the one in the middle, find the stitch at the top, bring the yarn through and do a single crochet, just a single crochet. Okay, then we're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, chain 5 for these middle picots, then go back into the same stitch you just did that single crochet. So put your hook back in there again. We're going to do a slip stitch, so just bring the yarn through and straight through the loop on your hook. Okay, then we're going to chain 2, 1 and 2. So we're chaining 2 in between these stitches, but we chain 1 in between the ones on the corner. So chain 2, then skip the next 2 chain space, find the next 2 chain space, which should be just to the right of your treble, and in there we are going to do 5 double crochets. Okay, 5 double crochets, just normal double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we've got 5 normal double crochets, so not clusters, in that 2 chain space to the right of your treble. Then this time we're going to chain 1, so we're just going to chain 1, then we're going to do a treble in the top of our previous treble. So we yarn over twice for trebles. Find your previous treble, find the stitch at the top, put your hook in there, bring the yarn through, and then pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2 to do a treble on top of that treble. Then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3 for a small picot. Then find the stitch at the top of this white treble here. So there's the stitch at the top. You need to put your hook into there and do a slip stitch. Okay, then chain 1, don't forget to chain 1, find the 2 chain space to the left of your treble and do 5 double crochet in there. 1, 2, don't worry, I'll put a written version of this up on my blog as well. You should see links over the video, 3, and in the description. 4, and one more, 5. Okay, so 5 double crochet in there. Okay, then because we're in the middle on the length side, we're going to chain 2, 1 and 2. Find that center cluster, so you've got 1, 2, 3 double crochet clusters. Find the one in the middle, find the stitch at the top, so skip this space, find the stitch at the top, and in there we're going to do a single crochet. Okay, and that's it, we're pretty much back at the beginning again. So we're just going to repeat that again for the next corner. So chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go back into the same stitch you did your single crochet and do a slip stitch to secure that picot. Okay, chain 2, 1 and 2. Skip this 2 chain space, find the 2 chain space to the right of your treble, and in there we're doing 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochets. Then we chain 1, then we're going to do a treble in the top of this treble. So yarn over twice, find the stitch at the top of this treble, look in there, then pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Let's do a treble on top of that treble. Chain 3 for a small picot. 1, 2, 3. Find the stitch at the top of the treble, put your hook into there, and do a slip stitch. Okay, then chain 1, and then we're going to do 5 double crochet to the left of this treble in that 2 chain space. 5 double crochets. So, oops, 1. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we chain 2, 1 and 2. Then find the center cluster. So 1, 2, 3, center cluster, stitch at the top. And in there we do a single crochet. And that's it, we've completed our next. So you can see it coming along now. So we're just going to do that one more time for this last corner. So same again, chain 5 for the central picot. 2, 3, 4, 5. Go back into the same stitch you did your single crochet and do a slip stitch. Okay, and chain 2. 1, 2 to get you over to this corner. Skip that 2 chain space, find the next 2 chain space next to your treble and do 5 double crochets. So I like experimenting with using bigger hooks with thinner yarn. It creates a looser knit, as it were, which feels really soft. 4, 5. Okay, so 5 double crochet. Then we need to chain 1. Don't forget to chain 1 before we do our treble. So yarn over twice, find your previous treble, find the stitch at the top, and in there we do a treble. Pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Then our little picot, chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Find the stitch at the top of your treble there, do a slip stitch, chain 1, don't forget to chain 1, and then your next 5 double crochet to the left of your treble in that 2 chain space. 5 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 double crochet. Then finishing up, what we need to do, we need to chain 2, 1 and 2, chain 2, then find the first stitch where you did the slip stitch and the single crochet and the slip stitch for your first picot. Find that big stitch there, put your hook in there, making sure your yarn's behind your little picot. Do a slip stitch to join the round, like so. So if I just pull that up, you can see it should look a little something like that. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we've finished this central part here, and you may just like to keep it there, but I've created this extra edge around here to make it easier to join the granny squares if you want to turn them into a blanket. So we're going to work on that now. So what you need to do is, the first thing to do is we need to get our yarn at the top of this picot. So I'm going to cut the green yarn because we don't need the green yarn anymore. Finish with the green. Okay. So what you want to do is, to get your yarn to the top, is we're just going to slip stitch into these stitches up to the top. So you want to slip stitch in the next 2 or 3. So find on this 5 chained picot, find this first stitch here to the right, put your hook in there, like so, and then we're going to do a little slip stitch. Okay, then we're going to find the next chain, do a little slip stitch in there, and then in the next chain at the top we're going to do a little slip stitch in there, and that gets our work to the top of this 5 chained loop. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do 1 single crochet. So we're going to put our hook into the center of this 5 chain loops, this big gap, bring the yarn around, and we're going to do a single crochet. Okay, 1 single crochet. Then we are going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So chain 4. Then what we want to do is we want to skip 4 stitches. Okay, so starting all the way down here, the bottom of your 5 chains, you should have those 2 chains there. So skip 4. We're going to skip 1 and 2, then 3, then 4. Then in the 5th stitch, which is going to be in the middle of these 5 double crochets, we're going to do a single crochet in that stitch, proper stitch. Okay, single crochet. Then we're going to chain 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to do a single crochet in our 3 chained loops. Find the center of your 3 chain loop as best as you can. Do a single crochet in there. Okay. Then we're going to chain 4 again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this time we want to skip 3. So come to the bottom of your picot, and you should have a stitch there. 1 and 2, then 3, and then again in the middle of your 5 double crochets, I'm going to do a single crochet. Okay, then we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do a single crochet in our 5 chain loop. So just put your hook into the center of that 5 chain loop, wrapping it round, do a single crochet. Okay, so you end up with something like this. And you just want to repeat that all the way around, chaining 4 in between, finding the center of your 5 double crochet cluster, chain 4, and single crochet in your picot. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So chain 4, then skip 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip 4. Single crochet in that next stitch. Okay. Then chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, skip 4, skip 4, chain 4, then do a single crochet in this 3 chained picot. Single crochet in there. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This time you're going to skip 3. So 1, 2, 3, then in the 4th one. So you skip 3 after your little picots and do a single crochet. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, so you're always chaining 4, you're not necessarily always skipping 4. Then a single crochet in your 5 chain loop. And there you go, there's the next corner done. Okay, so we skip 4 here, but we only skip 3 here. Okay, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 4, skip 4 this time, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that 5th one we do a single crochet, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, then a single crochet in your 3 chain loop. Sometimes it can be difficult to find the center of the loop, so you can just guesstimate if you want, as long as it goes in the corner. Do a single crochet, then chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, but this time we skip 3, so 1, 2, 3, then a single crochet, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet in your 5 chain loop. Okay. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, skip 4 this time, 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet in your 3 chain loop. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, skip 3 this time, it's 1, 2, 3, single crochet, 1 single crochet. Then we're nearly back at the beginning, we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you want to find that first single crochet that you did at the top of that 5 chain loop. Find that first single crochet that you did and do a slip stitch into there. Just join around. Okay, so it should look like this now, so it's nearly finished. Okay, then we're just going to move on to the last round where we're just going to neaten this off, and to do that we're going to chain 1, go back into that first single crochet that you just slip stitched into and do another single crochet. Let's do a single crochet. Then in each 4 chain gap we're going to wrap around 4 single crochets. So in this big gap here, this 4 chain space, we're going to put our hook into there and just wrapping it round, we're going to do a single crochet. We want 4 in there, so 1, try and evenly space them, 2, move that over, another 1, 3, and 1 more, 4. So 4 single crochet in that 4 chained space. Then in that single crochet in the middle there, we're going to put our hook into that stitch and do a single crochet as well. Okay, let's do a single crochet on top of there. Then in the next 4 chain space we do 4 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, then we're at the corner and we've got that single crochet we did in that 3 chain loop. In that single crochet there we are going to do 3 single crochet. Okay, so put your hook into there. I'm going to do 3 single crochet in the corner. So 1, back in there again, 2, back in there again, 3. So on each corner we're going to do 3 single crochet. Then we're back to our 4 chain space. We do 4 single crochet in our next 4 chain space. So 1, 2, just wrapping it around those chains, 3 and 4, so 4 single crochet in that 4 chain space. then 1 single crochet in that next single crochet, okay, then 4 single crochet in the next 4 chain space, 1, 2, move it over a bit, 2, 3 and 4. So there's 4 single crochet in there as well. Then in that next single crochet on the edge, we're going to do a single crochet in there. Then we're back to a 4 chain space. We do 4 single crochet. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, 4 single crochet in there. Then we've got a single crochet on the edge, so we'll do a single crochet in there. Then we're back to a 4 chain space. We do 4 single crochet in there, just wrapping them around. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then we're at our next corner. So this single crochet on the corner, okay, we're going to do 3 single crochet. Okay, so in that next stitch, next single crochet, we're going to do 3 single crochets. So 1, back in there again, 2, back in there again, 3. So I'm just going to repeat this round, doing 4 single crochets in our 4 chain spaces, and then a single crochet in each of these single crochets here. Then on the corner, doing 3 single crochets. So 4 single crochet in the next 4 chain space, 2, 3, 4. It's probably the most boringest around, I think, this last one. Single crochet in the next single crochet, then 4 single crochet in the next 4 chain space, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1 single crochet in the next single crochet, then 4 single crochet in the 4 chain space, 1, 2, 3 and 4, 1 single crochet in the next single crochet. And if you like this video and want to see more, don't forget to subscribe so you don't forget what my channel is. 4 single crochet in the next 4 chain space, 1, 2, 3 and 4. And to subscribe, you can just click on the subscribe button and then you'll get notified of all my videos. Okay, so now we're at the corner. So in this single crochet, we're going to do 3 single crochet. So 1, back in there again, 2, back in there again, 3, so got 3 single crochet in there. Then we're back to a 4 chain space, so we do 4 single crochet in there, 1, 2, 3 and 4, then 1 single crochet in that next single crochet, then 4 single crochet in the next 4 chain space, 1, 2, 3 and 4, then 1 single crochet in that next single crochet in the middle. Then we're back to a 4 chain space, so we're going to do 4 single crochet in there, just wrapping them around, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then 1 single crochet in that next single crochet on the edge. Then we're back to a 4 chain space, so 4 single crochet, 1, 2, 3 and 4. then we're at a corner, as you can see here. So in the next single crochet on this corner, we're going to do 3 single crochet to get a nice turning. So 1, back in there again, 2, back in there again, 3. So then we're nearly back to the beginning. We've got a 4 chain space, so 4 single crochet in there, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1 single crochet in that next single crochet, then the last 4 chain space, 4 single crochet in there, 1, 2, 3, and I lost it, 4 single crochet in there. And then all that's left to do is find that first single crochet that you did and slip stitch into there to finish. So there we go. Then you can cut your yarn, just pull it up, and then we're going to flatten that down, and as you can see we have finished our little vintage style granny square. And all that's left to do is to hide our tail ends. To hide your tail ends, what I'm going to do is I'll show you with this one. Take your yarn needle, thread that, and then I put my hook into the same stitch I just slip stitched into to neaten off that stitch. Then I turn it over to what I consider the wrong side, and then just sew through similar colours in one direction, not putting too tightly, then go back in the opposite direction, and then just trim the excess like so. Creates a nice invisible, well, if you cut a bit closer than I just did there, doing a good job. Creates a nice invisible edge for your tail ends, whatever I'm talking about. So I'm going to do that for the remainder of these, and I shall come back and show you the finished square. Okay, so there we go. I've tied in all my tails, and there is my finished vintage granny square. And if you want to join these together, you've now got a nice neat edge of stitches to join with another granny square, and you can either crochet these together on the top or on the bottom on the wrong side, or you can sew them together. When I've finished making all of these for my blanket, I will do a video on me joining them so you can see them, but there are plenty of videos out there on how to join granny squares, and a few of my videos that do have joining techniques, I'll put those in the description below. But I hope you enjoyed that tutorial, and I hope you managed to follow along. If you liked what you saw, then please subscribe. Click the subscribe button wherever you see it on your device, and then you'll get notified, is that a word? Notified, there we go, of when my videos are uploaded. And I tend to upload a video once a week, all being well. I've been doing that for over about 1.5 years now, one a week. So you get a free pattern every week to your inbox, courtesy of me and YouTube. So please subscribe, and I will see you soon. I shall see you next week for some more crochet fun. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.